What's going on, everybody? How are we all cooking in there? Maximilian, Danny Bowden, how are you? Andy Rowe, you got the time of 5 seconds to get ready, or it's lead poisoning. No need for the lead poisoning, my brother. No need for that. How are you today, Andy? You telling me you preferred that fossil and cackling with Pelosi? JTLive started the politics going. Yeah, I thought when I heard Pelosi, I knew we were going down a bad road. Here is Manor Solomon, though. Could he take Leeds down a better road today? Could he do that? That's the question. That's the question. What is the answer? There we go. That's better. What are you guys feeling about today, by the way? How are you feeling on the confidence level? I know the last time we played West Brom, it was a very, very cagey, boring 0-0 end to the game. But how are you feeling on the back of the past couple of weeks? A win against Sunderland, a win against Sheffield United. How are you feeling going into this game right now? How are you feeling about it? Oh, my days. Oh, my days. What a terrible opening encounter to the game that would have been if we'd have just conceded that. That was inches, Jezza. Inches. That was bad. That was almost very, very bad. The fuck is spilling? Ay, 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 man. I'm spilling drinks all over the gaff as well, man. This ain't a good start either. What's coming out the bottom of the thing? Oh, man, I'm getting cooked. I'm getting cooked. Can a man not make a coffee in peace without water spilling all over the gaff? Where's that coming from? Damn. Gonna have to use my trusty dressing gown to dry that up a little bit. Oh, lovely cross into the back sticks towards Solomon. To absolutely nobody because the cross was shit. Absolutely blazed over there. That coffee looks lush. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. I need it as well. I'm feeling a bit under the edge today. Under the edge? Over the edge? Oh, my days. They're showing that miss again from West Brom. That is horrific. Whiskers past the post there. That's a big chance there. That's a huge chance. Leeds really let off the leash there. Really, really let off the leash. Big time. Big, big, big time. I'm going to take here. Turn that heater off. I think it served its purpose there. On edge, numpty. No, I'm not on edge. I know what on edge means. And I know what over the edge means. Which obviously I used under the edge. I didn't mean on edge. I meant I'm like, I don't have my edge right now. Oh! One man who has more edge than the Edge Maxer himself is Senior Daddy Tier Subscription Furpo. I was going to put my Junior Furpo shirt on before starting this. I decided against it, but I might have to make the switch because he is back in action. Junior Senior Furpo with another sumptuous header into the bottom right-hand corner. You can't stop this guy from scoring. He's a goal machine. He is a goal machine. Tanaka to Rothwell. Rothwell over to the left-hand side. And it's a beautiful ball into the box there. A sumptuous ball. Is that Dan James with the ball in there? And Firpo absolutely guides his run. It is Dan James with the in-swinger. And he slides his run behind former Leeds United defender Carl Bartley and nods it in there with a glancing header. Firpo is too good. He's too good. Forgot to put my noise-cancelling headphones in. The crowd spoiled it. Not one you're too mad at, I presume. Not one you're too mad at. LUFC Tanaka, Firpo, what a goal and what a cross. Yeah, phenomenal cross by Dan James. Beautiful in-swinger. What he's even doing over there beggars belief, or begs questions, should I say, considering that is Solomon's side of the pitch. What Dan James is doing there does start to raise a few questions in and of itself, but he cuts in onto his right foot off the left-hand side of the pitch with a beautiful in-swinger. And that's the trick. All of the weight and the curl was on the cross. So Firpo didn't have to generate a lot of power with the header. Firpo didn't have to redirect the ball that much. All Firpo needed was a little glancing flick, because the quality of the delivery from Dan James had it all. It had the power, it had the dip, it had the angle, the positioning. All it needed was a little flick to glide it into a certain direction. Beautiful cross. Beautiful cross. Is Firpo playing for a new contract? No, he's playing for promotion, which would, yes, entail a new contract and a big bump in salary, of course. He's playing to win. That's what he's playing for. Because let me tell you something. If Leeds stay in the Championship, don't matter what we offer him, he's not staying. He's not staying if Leeds are in the Championship. So for people to say he's just playing for a new contract full stop, of course that's a factor. He wants to make sure that either other clubs want to sign him or he wants a new contract at Leeds. Yeah, the shop window's coming up. We all know that at the end of the season. But at the end of the day, if he is in any way interested in a new contract at this club specifically, and that's why his performances are increasing, he's only going to want that from the Premier League. So listen, man, he's just a winner. He's a winner if you ask me. Score predictions, I'll say 3-0. I'll go 4-0 Leeds. 4-0 Leeds. I'm feeling confident. Why not? Why not, huh? Met Firpo 2 days ago. Some boy. Really, how did it come across to you? How did it come across to you? Oh, my days. Moat spinning two of Leeds United defenders. Putting them on their arse, man. Putting them on their arse. Ponto Mogout. How you doing? You're confident? You're confident? Hey, I like it. I like it. I like it. And no reason not to be confident with the way the past few weeks have gone for Leeds. And this one started. Holy damn. Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the white vans. Dan James is the man. I see you old fave is warming the my old favourite is warming Bournemouth's bench these days. Are you talking about Sinisostra, mate? Talking about Sinisaucy. Cine too saucy. He's just a poor man's Ramazani at the end of the day. That's all he is. He's a poor man's Ramazani. Oh, here we go again. He's DJ down the right-hand side now. Can he get another cutback in? He's got two men in the box to aim for. And he finds Carl Bartley. Terrible cross, DJ. Terrible cross. Beautiful cross from the left-hand side of the pitch with an in-swinger. Out-swinger from the right-hand side. Not quite connecting. You sure are? Yeah, well, I sure am saying we don't need him anymore. We don't need him. He wanted to snake us. Well, he's gone. And we don't need him. By the way, if he hadn't left before just at the start of last year, I think we would have got promoted last year. I will say that. If you added Sinistera to the team we had last year, that's a promotion team. No doubt about it. No question in my mind. You add him to Rutter and Somerville. Jack Martin, good to have you in here, my boy. Good to have you in here, Jack. Woo! The big man. How you doing, my brother? How you doing? Great to have you in here. Phenomenal. Go on. Last 5 minutes, Leeds only having 18% of the ball. Need to up those numbers. Rookie numbers. Tanaka. Rothwell. Lovely. I think I shanked that stat. I meant like 18% of the ball in Leeds' third. I think I completely butchered that stat. Because that stat wouldn't make no sense. Leeds only have 18% of the ball. Dan James is the man. Yeah, Dan James has been firing on all cylinders recently. How would you put him? Would you arguably throw him in there in contention for Championship Player of the Season? Between him and Solomon, I'd probably have to give the edge to DJ on performances because he's contributed a little bit more. Here he is again, teeing up Jaden Bogle. It's flicked off. That's got to be a Leeds United corner. Hegam's giving it off. Oh, if they're giving a goal kick? No way. You're off your Jolly Ranchers if you're saying that's a goal kick, ref. You are off your rockers. What is that touch by Aronson, by the way? What is that touch? That was actual criminal. Talking bollocks, Sinning was always injured? No, I'm not talking bollocks, mate. I think I'm talking facts. Add Sinistera to that team we had last year. Ooh, it's cooking, man. I mean, it was cooking at parts of the season. You just missed that little bit of quality in certain patches when Somerville or Rutter weren't doing the business. And that's where Sinistera would have come in. Giving us that extra dynamic in there. You saw it in the games he started for us in the Championship last year. One of the 4-3s or something we won. Where he scored in a 4-3 comeback or whatever. Jermaine Burwell, how are you? Just love Firpo so much. Hey, me and you both, bro. Me and you both. And you know how funny it is, mate? Maybe you haven't been around long enough to know. But I have taken bullets like the Teflon Don for supporting Firpo. Alright, that's why every time he scores, boy, is it even extra sweeter. Because I have taken years of abuse for supporting Firpo. People telling me he's shit, telling me he shouldn't be in the side, telling me I'm delusional, telling me I don't know anything about football, for backing this guy. So to see him succeed in the way that he is right now is just majestic. It's magisterial. And you know what I mean? You just got plonkers like Andy Rowe that just don't know ball. They're trying to tell you that Firpo ain't all that. So you got to put them straight sometimes. You know what I mean? The stats said last year he was injured. Yeah, last year he wasn't at Leeds. So stats for schmats, mate. Wasn't at Leeds. Completely uncomparable situation. Completely uncomparable situation. Who knows what would have happened if he was at Leeds? Maybe he'd have stayed fit for longer. You never know. You can't answer these kind of questions. That's good coffee. Firpo and DJ have been amazing so far. They have. This game. Good link up, man. Good link up. I was really questioning why Dan James was out on that side, I have to say. I was really questioning it. But that was a beautiful ball in. Really, really great ball in. There's no other early kickoff today, is there? There's no other early kickoff, is there? Let me have a check. Oh, there's 2 other early kickoffs in the Championship. My bad. You got Blackburn Norwich going on right now, which is pretty irrelevant from a Leeds perspective. And you got Oxford Coventry, which is also irrelevant from a Leeds perspective. QPR Sheffield United at 3 o'clock, however, is not irrelevant from a Leeds perspective. Sunderland beating Sheffield Wednesday 2-1 yesterday is relatively relevant from a Leeds perspective right now. Relatively. Fullbacks of wingers have been awesome all season. I have to say, I agree with you, man. I think Jayden Bogle came under a lot of criticism at the beginning of the year. A lot of criticism. And he has turned that around big time. I think after the first few games, his defensive tracking, one-on-one defensive ability improved leaps and bounds. And then his offensive quality throughout the portions of the season just continued to rise. And there's another phenomenal defensive interception by Bogle, followed by him losing the ball 2 seconds later, mind you. He has just passed the ball straight to them. But what a challenge that was. That was millimeters away from Jayden Bogle giving away a penalty there. Let's have another look at this. Here comes West Brom down the right-hand side. Cut it through with a diagonal ball to the middle. And it is a beautifully timed challenge by Bogle. Right on cue. Right on cue. Do I support Leeds? Yes, I do. Harry Warrior. Alfie, thank you for the follow. And welcome to the Bloodline, my brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. JT. Yeah, awesome indeed, Danny. JT. Firpo was garbage in the Premier League. Debatable. Yes, he's improved in the Farmers League. Proving you wrong again. Give it some contextualizing, bruh. He ain't proved me wrong. He's proved me right. So let me get you sorted on that one. That's that's the first thing. Let's get that as a fact. He's proved me right, not wrong. And here he is again to do it again all through the night. It's a lovely cut back towards Solomon, and it's cleared away for a corner. I would completely disagree that he was garbage in the Premier League. I think he had a lot of injury problems in the Premier League, which stinted his form a little bit. Every time he started to get a little bit of stride going, he seemed to get an injury. He also had a few suspension issues. He never really had a consistent string of game time and momentum in the Premier League to get himself going. He had little flashes of brilliance within that, though, and you could see the underlying quality. Now, to say the Championship is just a Farmers League, and that's why I think is highly disrespectful, especially considering the nature of some players who are banging in the Premier League, like Wilfred Gnonto, who can, look a shadow of their former self in this league here. Now, obviously, it is an easier division that could play to certain attributes of his strengths, but I would highly disagree to say he was shit in the Prem and now he's banging in a Farmers League. Highly disrespectful. I think there's a lot of facets that go into it. He never had a consistent string of game time under any manager we had in the Premier League. In the last year in the Premier League, we had 4 managers that year. And it was an absolute calamity. He didn't have any consistent string of game time under one manager to build a style of play. And now he does. And that's the difference. He's cooking under Fark. That's the difference. That's contextualizing. Sorry if that was a bit boring, but Andy asked for a bit of contextualization, so I had to give it to him. Firpo wasn't terrible for the Prem. We had in terrible for the team we had in the Prem. He's a fullback / wingback. He had 1 goal and 1 assist out of 19 games in the Prem. That's not exactly bad for a left back. It's not bad. It's not great, especially by his standards. I will say that. Josh is not phenomenal, but again, for me, just never had that consistent game time under a manager who could help him get involved a little bit more, help him go forward, and start to build a footballing ideology with him. Okay, I like what you're saying. I like the angle, Josh. You're going down the VAR angle. I like it. But I would not say that it's harder than the Prem. The Championship is most definitely not harder than the Prem. Yeah, it's a lot harder to get involved, to create things and do things in the Premier League than it is in the Championship. I will say certain players do seem to rise to the challenge of the Premier League more than others and actually arguably play better around and against better players than they do in a lower division. Some players are the opposite. You look at Jorginho Rutter coming down to the Championship was the best thing that ever happened to his career because it really ignited that spark of charisma in his game. It really allowed him to basically be the big fish in the small pond, which just kind of boosted his confidence on the ball, made him take more risks, and just become the footballer that he always wanted to be in there, as opposed to what we saw in the Premier League, where he was almost a shell of himself in that first year under Leeds, and at Leeds, sorry, in the Premier League. But then you look at a guy, conversely, like Wilfred Gnonto, who looked like our player of the season in his first year in the Premier League there, looked phenomenal. Look, everyone under the sun wanted him. Even Scum wanted to sign him. And then he drops down into the Championship with Leeds. Didn't really want to be there. Thought he was going to be off in the summer. He wasn't. And then just has never really reached those heights ever since in the Championship. So can go both ways. But with your biased football opinions, you'd make a better politician. Better politician? I don't know if I'd make a good politician. My cousin might make a good politician. He's very big into politics. Great guy. Great guy. I have to say, real great guy. But no, I'm not sure. Not sure a career in politics is quite carved out for me. I'm not sure I'm politically correct enough for something like that. Score prediction. I said 4-0. I have to stick with my 4-0. JT, which camp are you? Trump and JD Vance or Zelende? Who the heck's Zelende? That's my first question to you, Andy. Never heard of the geezer in my life. JD Vance is the assistant. So, you know, we don't mess around with the Joe Schmoes, with the assistants. We talk about the big dogs. And what you're basically asking me, am I a liberal? Am I a Democrat? Or am I a Republican? And my answer is, I'm fucking neither. But do I not mind Donald Trump? No, I don't mind Donald Trump. Do I like a couple of the things he's done? Yeah. Do I disagree with some of the things he says? Yeah. But I think overall, he could turn out to make a good president. But time will tell. Time will tell. Lovely bit of pressure by Piro here. Oh, unlucky, son. Unlucky. Score prediction, good win at. Listen, man, as I said, got to go for the 4-0. Got to go for the 4-0. Challenge-wise is... and let me get that chat back up. Whoa! Hang on a second there, wrong thing. Challenge-wise, it is Championship, more games, bro. If you get important injuries, you're screwed because the extra games all round more tough in the Championship. Yeah, but the quality of the opposition and the quality of the games you're playing is completely substandard to what you'd be coming up against in the Premier League, of course. Very substandard. Up the ballistic, you crazy mad rat. Oh, he's a Ukraine leader. Oh, okay. So I got that question completely wrong. Over the war and peace, man. Last night's fallout. Oh, really? Did some shit pop off last night? I wasn't aware. I didn't see anything last night. I was a bit locked out. Bit locked out of the news last night. I don't know if something was popping off. Boris Johnson's going to be England's next manager if Tuchel doesn't outwin us. Mate, Gareth Southgate should never have been sacked. Best England manager of all time. Absolute crime that he's been sacked. Got us to 2 finals, 1 semi-final, and 1 quarter-final. Stroik has to clear that there, almost going through onto the goal line, and 1 quarter-final in a few years. Phenomenal turnaround, if you ask me, compared to what we were before. And we might even go out in the round of 16 without him now. So, people question his tactics, but it always works. I'd love me some Ukrainian women, I'll tell you that much. Well, listen. There's, fair enough. A man who knows what he likes. A man who knows what he likes. They're very tall, though. So you probably got to have a bit of height on you yourself for a woman like that. They are on the taller side, the Ukrainians. JT, if you weren't a Leeds fan, which London team would you support? I would support Barnet Football Club, mate. Barnet Football Club. That's who I would support. But in all reality, if I wasn't a Leeds fan, I would most likely be a Liverpool fan. Because my favourite England player growing up, when I was like 4 or 5 years old, which is kind of the 4 or 5 years old is when you're just making enough thoughts of yourself to kind of decide what team you support around the age 4 to 5. Before that, you kind of don't really know what's going on. You do a bit, but you don't. When you're 4, 5, 6, that's when your brain is starting to develop a bit of sentience for itself. It's developing. I mean, you always have sentience for yourself, but it's developing more compound thoughts. And that's when you're kind of able to make your own decisions a little bit more. And it would have probably been Liverpool. Especially because that was around the year he pulled the comeback in the Champions League final as well. So if I didn't support Leeds, if it wasn't with my dad, I would have probably ended up supporting Liverpool. However, you ask the London-based team, and geographically, because of where I am, a lot of factors like that, probably Arsenal. Glad you're not the only nutcase in the chat. No, because you got a nutcase in the chat right here as well. Right here. JT, do you remember O'Sheen? Of course I remember O'Sheen, my man. Of course I remember O'Sheen. How could I forget him? Anam Khan. EJLUFC. We're top of the league. We're top of the league. We are Leeds United. We're top of the league. We are indeed. Yes, we are indeed, my man. If Palmer would have started, if Palmer would have started, I won't lie, I think England would have won it. What, the final? Yeah. If buts and maybes, mate. If buts and maybes. It was just criminal, man, how we lost that final. Criminal. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Someone clear it. Whoa! What the fuck is going on there? Melier, again, he commits, he stops, he commits, he stops, he commits, he stops, he commits. Make a decision and stick to it, my son. Flipping heck, man. Blimey, crikey. It's like he's at the urinal and he's just unzipping the pants. Oh, the flies back up, flies down, flies up, fly. Make a damn decision, man. You gotta commit to it, you're not gonna commit to it. Too much pilly pandering around. If I didn't support Leeds, I'd support Leeds under 21s or Barcelona. Yeah. Well, yeah. Listen, that's let's be honest here. I will be honest. As I said, if it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't support Leeds. I love Leeds. Best decision ever. Phenomenal. But not being born in Leeds, there would probably been a very, very slim chance, considering we would have been in the Championship going down to League One at the time, that I would have just randomly decided, being born in London, to support Leeds, if it wasn't for my dad. But luckily, I had a very cultured individual for a dad who supported a phenomenal football club and taught me the right way. JT, I'm Donny with me bestie. Yeah. Get in, Furpo, you love child. Have a great day, buddy. You have a great day as well. Andy, my boy. Have a phenomenal day. Really good to see you in here, my man. Have a great day. Have a phenomenal day. Really good to have you in here. Put Joseph in goal at this rate, for fuck's sake. Man, Joseph needs to get on loan, mate. That's what he needs to do. He needs to get on loan to get some game time under his belt, get some consistency going, get some form going, get some confidence going. Yeah, that's where Joseph needs to reside right now. World War III is going to happen, and the only man who could save it is Paolo, the Scooby Scoobs Scabala. I don't think he could save Jack Diddley squat, mate. He couldn't save a P-roller down the middle of the goal. Props to your pops. Props to the pops, indeed. All these aren't we, Josh Craven. I missed your favourite Liverpool player. Say again, Andy Rowe. Not my favourite Liverpool player, my favourite English player. And my favourite player in general at that point in time for that brief stint of about a year, maybe 6 months or so to a year, was Stevie Gerrard. I got a lot of love for Stevie Gerrard. The best out of the trio by a country mile, by the way. Out of that Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard trio, the best by a country mile. Steven Gerrard could do anything, was a leader on and off the pitch. Really carried England spiritually for a good few years in there. The best out of those three by a country mile. Rendang is good. If not, bang Perot in goal if he's tall enough. I don't think he is tall enough, mate. JT, did your old fella go to Ellen Road matches back in the day? I think he went to a couple. Yeah, I think he did go to a couple when he was younger. But obviously, transportation-wise, a lot of things like this back in the day wasn't quite as accessible as it is now to travel to games, you know, from London to Leeds and stuff like that. Back in the day wasn't quite as accessible, but I believe he did go a few times back in the day when he was younger. Because he told me about stories of, I don't know if he went to an away day or a home game, but he was telling me stories of watching Eddie Gray live in the flesh, and what a enthralling vision that was for him in the stands, seeing a player like Eddie Gray and waving his scarves and stuff. So he had great memories of it. I'm not sure whether that was at Ellen Road or if it was an away game or what it was, but he definitely did go to a few. Owen Hargreaves was the best out of the bunch. Oh, listen, very underrated Owen Hargreaves. I'm a big fan of him. Big fan of him. Very underrated, I believe. And for an Englishman back in those days, you know, going over to Bayern Munich and doing what he did over there, very oh my days. Oh my days. And for the first time in a country mile, in a country, but I can't even focus on what I'm saying. For the first time in about 10 years, Leeds actually take the lead for once. We're not going down. We're not going down first and having to peg it back from behind Prince William style. And we concede a shit free kick. And completely blow away our lead. Oh my days. It's a looping cross to the back sticks. And as he headed it off, it looks like he's headed it off the top of Bogle's head there. Because it's got some serious dip to it. Either that's a great header or it's off Bogle. It's just a great header. It's a really good header. It's a phenomenal header. He's dinked the keeper, gone all the way to the side netting there, Furlong. That's a cracking header. And it was a decent ball over to him. But someone's got to be marking him, man. Someone's got to be marking him. Lee Bowyer was better than Hargreaves. Lee Bowyer was a racist, mate. I'm not sure I've got enough in me to defend Lee Bowyer on that one. He was a bit of an interesting character off the pitch, shall we say, Lee Bowyer. I hate to admit it, But Gerrard was like the English Messi. Had an eye for goal, could defend, and was just generational. It's a shame he's known more for his slip than for being so phenomenal. That is not true. That he's not known more for his slip than for being so phenomenal. That is not true. He's known more for what he did in that Champions League final than he is for his slip. To say he's not... Listen, people do remember the slip. It's definitely something that is a big part of his career. But I wouldn't say that's the only thing people remember when they think of Steven Gerrard. They think of a generational stalwart of a midfielder. And they think of a captain of a Champions League winning side. They think of a captain who pulled his side back from the brinks against a phenomenal AC Milan side littered with quality. Players like Hernan Crespo in there. Pulling him back from 3 goals down. Shevchenko. Was Shevchenko playing for them at the time? That Milan side. But he pulled them from the brink 3-0 down at half-time. And I actually remember watching that game when I was younger as well. That's what people remember him for. They don't remember him for the slip. Wow, look at that. Dad James, by the way, we were all glazing him. In the past 15 minutes, he's had 3 touches of the football. Damn. Great player, twat off the pitch, agreed. Lee Bowyer. He's probably a pretty decent shot. As I said, I never watched too much of his game. Obviously, I knew he was a bit of a fucking... Yeah, as I said, can never condone racism. But I never saw too much of his game. I know he was a bit of a dirty fucker on the pitch, for want of a better word. You know, like to bully defenders around a little bit. He used to snap at your heels a lot. From snippets I've seen and from a lot of things I've heard. Obviously, my dad had a lot more experience of watching him. I was a little bit before my time. But, yeah, I never really saw too much of his game. His accuracy for goals was unbelievable. Whose accuracy for goals, Jamie? Whose accuracy for goals? Still talking about Al Lee. I've seen Eddie play in the flesh. Eddie also came to our old junior school, Feet. I spoke with Eddie in a pub, and you also spoke to Eddie in a pub in Weatherby. Damn, that's quality, man. Damn, that's really cool. That must have been amazing for you. Especially for the time. That must, it must have been... Obviously, I look at Eddie Gray, and, I see a great figure for the club. It's a phenomenal thing. He's a legend at Leeds United. I see, a lot of aura there. But I never got to see him play. I never got to feel what he put down on the pitch. People don't remember what... People don't remember what you did. They remember how you made them feel. And I wasn't alive to be made to feel certain things by him. So I can only imagine what it's like for someone like you to bump into Eddie Gray, having watched him back in the day, having witnessed the greatness that he displayed on the pitch. So that's really amazing, man. Go on, DJ. Oh. Sheffield United and Leeds to go up automatically. Who do you think wins playoffs? Sunderland win playoffs, in my opinion. I think Burnley might have a chance of beating Sunderland in the playoffs. I think they'll both get to the final, and we'll kind of see what happens there. I would say Sunderland just because I feel like they'll be out of the top 2 race the quickest. However, I will say, if one of us two, Jamie, if either us or you end up falling into the playoffs, we're fucked. We are fucked, mate. If either of us two end up in those playoffs, we are not going up. We are not going up. It will be the other 3 sides to go up if one of us drop in there. And it's close, man. It's close. We need to win this game. We can't afford to be drawing this game. This is very, very questionable. Very questionable. Beautiful ball by Firpo to Pirro, by the way. Lovely attempt of a pass there to DJ, but he gets a corner, so I'm not too mad at it. We need to win this. We can't afford to be drawing and slipping up and losing points here. Not good enough for Leeds at all. Kem Sticks, thank you for the follow, my man. Why are we being so bad defensively? Beggars belief, mate. Beggars belief. Eddie, as a youth trainer, could still beat the lads in sprint training, allegedly. Allegedly is the key word there. Played against Leeds United legends at Barnbow for Vickers. They were all still better than us, even though we were teenagers and in our 20s. Yeah, man, people underestimate the quality it takes to become a professional footballer. Like, the levels are just different. Even some of these really shit teams, you look at League 2 players, stuff like that. Even some people in the Conference League, you compare them to just your average Sunday League player. It's just different, man. The technique, the way they strike a ball, the way their body moves, the little touches. It is just different. There is a huge disparity between a professional and a non-professional. Huge disparity. Fortress Ella mode. Okay. I hear it. The streets will never forget JJ Okocha and Dimitri Payet. No, they won't. They also won't forget Adel Tarat. He's one who won't be forgetting. Alan St. Maximin. No. Who is the Alan St. Maximin before Alan St. Maximin? Lovely hoof off the pitch there, and it is half time. Leeds United 1, West Bromwich Albion 1. Who was the Alan St. Maximin before Alan St. Maximin? It's not Ben Yedder. Ben Yedder didn't play for... Who is it? Hatem Ben Arfa. That was it. Hatem Ben Arfa. I used to love him growing up as well. Ben Arfa, another Streets Won't Forget player. Michu, another Streets Won't Forget player. There's a lot of them. Patrick Bamford, yeah, I wouldn't quite put him as a Streets Won't Forget, but I won't forget. And, I am the street in this situation. But yeah, not quite Streets Won't Forget, but I do rate him. Well, obviously I rate him as Patrick Dan Bamford. I'll swirl this around like it's a fancy wine. Why are we so bad defensively today? Crumbling, man. Crumbling. We're not used to taking the lead, are we? Absolutely bottled it. Big time there. Bottled it big time. Claire Harrop just tuned in. 20 past 12 here. How are we looking today? 20 past 12 at night. Woo! Lordy, that's a bad kickoff time for you. We're looking decent. We're looking in control, but we're looking a little bit frail defensively. West Brom haven't come forward again and again, but in the rare moments that they have attacked, Leeds have looked a little bit questionable defensively. Going forward, we've looked alright, but West Brom have kind of given us a lot of space to operate in. But we have managed to create a couple of half-decent chances in there. Could potentially be 2 goals to the good, but it's been two crosses into the box, 2 headers that have got the 2 goals early doors. It hasn't been a game filled with quality. It's kind of been a game where Leeds, we've had the opportunity to do whatever we want. We just haven't had the quality in there to do it. We've been shocking. I wouldn't quite go that far, but what makes you think we've been shocking, Bobby? What about our game? I'm intrigued. What do you think we're doing wrong today? Could do with West Brom helping us out. I'm a Sheffield United fan. Of course, you could CC Astro, and it would be tragic from a Leeds perspective to go and beat Sunderland, to go and beat Sheffield United, to then go and drop points to West Brom. But it would be typical Leeds. It'd be exactly what you'd expect Leeds to do, because we always do something stupid like that, don't we? Shocking. Shocking. Well, it's 20 past 1 here in the UK. So 20 past 1. So I guess it means you're 11 hours ahead of us. 11 hours ahead. But yeah, listen, that's the dedication right there, Claire. That is the dedication to watch football. And listen, man, I hear it from a English perspective. I do like a lot of American sports. I like a lot of combat sports, boxing, UFC, wrestling. And to watch these things, I got to stay up till the back ass of nobody to watch them. I got to be up till 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m. So I definitely feel it. I feel the pain you're going through right now in terms of trying to watch Leeds. But you know what? In some ways, some of those nights are quite nice, tuning in to live sports at midnight. No, shocking is the time here. What, for those American events? They can't be that bad. They must be good for you. They're like lunchtime, no? Burnley are losing 2-0 in the cup, are they? You're going to win the league easy, CC Astro. Let's not go too far, mate. I don't want Burnley to lose in the cup. I want them to lose in the league. What do you mean they're winning in the cup or losing in the cup? Oh, they are. They're losing to Preston. Well, I don't give a rat's ass about what happens to Burnley in the cup. I want them to win and have to play as many games as possible. I don't want them to lose. No. And in fact, that's offensive to rats' asses for me to come out with a quote like that. Sod them in the cup, mate. That is not something that is a priority of mine. To Preston, yeah, no, tell me about it. Well, we lost to flipping Millwall in the cup. Tragic. Tragiccio. Pure tragiccio. I'm from Leeds, moved here when I was 14. Oh, really? And you've lived there ever since? How do you find it? How did you find the move? Do you prefer it up there, or are there things you miss about England? Things you miss about the beautiful island known as England, where the three lions are roaring. Roberto Carlos has photos of Firpo on his wall. That is actually facts. I've been in his bedroom. It is actually facts. I can't lie. It is facts. People dispute it, but it is pure facts. Can't disagree with factual evidence. I've seen the photos. I have seen the photos. Half time. What are your thoughts on this game so far, by the way, lads? Half time, 1-1. Are you happy with the way Leeds have played so far? Or do you think we've been too cumbersome, too sloppy? Also, I think I know about an issue that's going on with this stream right now. I know why Leeds are losing. I know why Leeds are not winning right now. I know the problem. I know the problem. Here we go. First of all, that's too low. And that's like that. There we go. That's better. I love your lives, but your audio is always strange. Always coming out my... Yeah, a few people say that. I don't get it. I don't get why that's the case. I don't get that one. People say my audio comes out of one ear and then the... I don't get it, man. Because on the YouTube, it's fine. And for a lot of other people, it's fine. It's coming out of both ears, like, no problem. But the odd, like, 1 in 10 people seem to have that issue where my sound is only coming out of one earphone and not the other. But for others, it's fine. That's what I don't get. Batman, you love my reactions to last-minute winners? Hey, thank you very much, man. The best was the Sunderland one. I was basically making a speech about erecting statues in your name. And before you know it, there goes Pascal Stroik to do just that. With a sumptuous last-minute header. Pro V minerals, mate. I don't want to see the Pro V minerals. I want to see the Pro winners from Leeds United. That's what I want to see. Pro winners. No, your best was the reaction to Jack Harrison's half volley versus Brentford. Oh, that was pretty limbs. In the DR studios, yeah? That one. That was Limastrations, mate. That is Limastrations. Wait, do you stream on YouTube at the same time? I do indeed stream on YouTube at the same time. If you would like the full screen version, which is non-vertical, you'd like the full screen horizontal version, YouTube is the place to go. It is also the hub of other content that I do make as well. Slightly longer form breakdowns of the matches after the match is finished. So if you are interested in that, that is also on the YouTube as well. For more short, snappier content, then TikTok is the place for you. Wu-Tang83, shout out to yourself, man. Good to have you in here, my man. Good to have you in here indeed. Yes, indeedy, feed the needy, do not be greedy. All Leeds aren't we? All Leeds aren't we indeed? Wu-Tang83. Ah! Okay, I'm going to be 1 second, by the way, because as you can see, my water is run on empty. I need to fill up my water. I'll be 2 seconds. See you very, very shortly, guys. Let me know what changes you would make for the second half coming up and when you would make them. Would you keep it the same? Would you make any things there? What are you on TikTok? I'll follow you there. I am JTLive7 on TikTok. So you can check out there. Obviously, YouTube is where the bread is buttered. But so is TikTok. It's also there. And then, of course, you got my Twitter as well in there. JTLive. But I will be back in just a second. As I said, my water is run on a little bit empty. So I'll be back. And as I said, let me know what changes you would make down in the chat. The chatterinos, my man. Booyaka. Pommy Claire. Thank you for the thing. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the bloodline. Curved glass. 1, 2, 3. Hit the like button. Thank you so much, my man. Mandy3702. Thank you for the follow. My G. Batman. Not remember the 5-0. Second half has just started. By the way, let me get the timer sorted out for that one. And it seems like something else has started as well. My bladder has started to activate itself. I need it. Woo! Holy Sigma. That sip of water has gone straight through me. I need to make some actions pending on that. But the second half has started. Brendan Aronson on the ball in the middle of the park here. As Leeds United tick the ball around nicely with Tanaka, who gives it back out to Strike. Pommy Claire, good to see ya. Thank you for the heart meat as well. Oh, is that Claire Harrop who's popped in on an alt account? Good to see ya. As Solomon gets taken down by Harvey Price here, and that should be a Leeds United penalty. Let's have another look at this one. Piro finds Solomon, touches it down. That's a pen, ref! He's fucking cleaned him out. I don't care if he shot. The ball was still on the pitch. That should be a pen. How's he given a corner? That's a pen. Yep, moved over to TikTok. Nice to see you there. That should be a fucking pen, man. That is criminal, ref. Solomon! DJ, I mean. Oh, DJ almost got a fucking header from a corner. Oh, my lord. Oh, my lord. Yeah, I can't hold this toilet in any longer. I need to go for 1 second. I'll be literally as quick as I can. I shouldn't be too long. As I said, let me know in the chat what your feelings are on this game. I need to be 2 seconds. I need to run to the toilet. Uno secondo. Everybody. Blimmin' heck, man. He's ran out of bog paper. No, I didn't. There's, as I said, man. Toilet was needed. How are we all doing, though? So sorry about that one. So sorry. As Leeds mount an attack of their own. Is there anything I missed in the last 5 minutes? JT, a letdown. Hey, Andy, listen, man. When the time comes, the time comes. I'm very sorry. I was under a lot of pain. As Jaden Bogle could be under a lot of pain after taking that challenge down the right-hand side. Doesn't seem like too much action has been missed. There isn't a sitter I just missed, was there? Josh Craven, Leeds doing much better in this second half. We just need 2 chances to finish this off. No, Ronnie. No. We will not be going into... What? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. The other stream went down. Oh, my days. I can't stand it when it... Why does it do that, man? It pulls up that stupid inactivity counter. It just dropped my other stream. Oh, brilliant. It dropped the other stream. Great. I apologize to anyone that was on the TikTok. It's just dropped it for inactivity. That is so frustrating. That is so frustrating. Has Mowbray got Fark's number? No one's got Fark's number, mate. Fark is the man. Big challenge there by DJ. No challenge. No benefit from that challenge there. Leeds have not got the ball. Leeds have not got the ball. That is very frustrating. Very frustrating. Grant E. Vinci. Welcome in. Gratti E. Vinci, should I say. Leeds need to defend this attack down the left-hand side. Beautiful interception by Tanaka. This guy is everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. He's an absolute maestro on the pitch. Here comes Stroik down the left-hand side. Leeds United again mounting another attack through Manor Solomon. Lovely little shimmy. Here he goes down the left-hand side. Cuts it back onto his right foot. Back in the middle there. Sophie S, thank you for liking and joining the stream. How are we playing? We're playing decently. We're starting to mount a couple of dangerous attacks here. Solomon gives the ball to Bogle outside of the box. Still going Bogle. Finds Firpo. Shoot. No, he's gone for the cross instead. It's deflected all the way over. Is it going to be a corner? No, it's going to be dealt with. Cleared forward. And West Brom tried to start a counter-attack. They're playing the ball around nicely in their own box. DJ, that's not a foul, ref. That's not a foul. How you doing, though, today, Sophie? How you doing? Hopefully you're doing phenomenally well. Good play by Leeds there. Nice ball by Solomon. Phenomenal work by Bogle. Firpo, the angle was gone. I would have just had a near-post shot. I would have had a crack at it there if I was Firpo. He's gone for the cross instead. It was deflected. I think he could have maybe snuck one in there near post there. It was a semi-decent chance. Not a great chance, but a semi-decent chance. So, one that I would have definitely taken a little stab at. One I would have taken a little stab at, indeed. And that's not a foul, man. This referee is off his rockers. Oh, and there we go. Now the Sky Q has gone off. And now the Sky Q is back on. What is going on with the technical difficulties today, man? Everything is going up Shit's Creek, sorry. And we're out of paddle. Jacob, thank you for liking. Welcome to the stream. As I said, sorry for anyone on the TikTok. It did crash out. It does that stupid inactivity counter, and it decided to do it while I was in the toilet, and it kicked me out. Here's Manuel Solomon, though, in the middle of the box. Can he release a strike? No, he can't release the Kraken. And here come West Brom instead on the counter-attack. Andy, sounds like you're a ref blamer, JT. Request your coach makes you a ref for a dozen games. Listen, I'm not a ref blamer. That's definitely not the reason we're losing this game. There's been a couple of games in the past where I would have said the referee has definitely hindered Leeds, cost Leeds a goal or two. There's been a little bit of questionable officiating in this league. And no, I would not want to be a ref in Sunday League, that's for sure. And my manager doesn't really have much of a say in that. You have to have an FA qualification to be a referee in my division of Sunday League football, of which I do not have the FA qualifications of a referee in there. What a fucking ping to the left-hand side to Firpo. Touches it down exquisitely. Drills it across the box all the way to Jayden Bogle, who does release a shot. Not quite from as good of an angle as Firpo had earlier. And it's deflected, and West Brom mount a counter-attack of their own. Holy shit. West Brom trying to roulette it and get it out of there. Getting it absolutely nowhere. But as far as Solomon gets the ball. Solomon strikes, and it's deflected to give Leeds a corner. Joe was saying he would love Jose at Leeds when we're back in the Premier League. We've got to get far. Listen, man. Jose Mourinho, what a story that would be, huh? Imagine Jose at Leeds. That would be crazy, mate. That would be crazy. Listen, not the ideal form of football, but we'll have to see what he could do with this squad. As I said, not the ideal form of football. I'd like a little bit more expansive football than Jose would produce. But listen, I would never turn my nose up at Jose Mourinho at Leeds United, mate. Would never turn my nose up at that. Ruslan Tanaka is a cool dude. Oh, it's another corner in by Leeds. Strike. Although, ironically, Leeds are turning into set-piece merchants right now. So, wouldn't be too far out of the realms of possibility with Jose Mourinho in there. Wouldn't be too far away from some of the goals Leeds United have been getting recently. And, of course, he is a winner of trophies. So, if he could get Leeds a trophy, that would be phenomenal. And it would be a fairy tale end to his career, wouldn't it? You know, people saying he's done, he's washed, he can't do it at the top level anymore. For him to go and turn around, take the Leeds job, bring us into Europe, potentially win us a trophy, maybe do the unthinkable and win the league, similar to his Porto Champions League winning season against the odds. Hey, man, and it would be a little kick in the face to Spurs as well, after the way they sacked him just before their cup final. Go on, Solomon. Shimmies inside. Gives the ball out to Aronson. Not including the job that Mourinho is at now, it would be the only club still, Spurs, in which Mourinho hasn't won a trophy. So, listen, man. Definitely got the pedigree. Got the quality. Tom Little, through to M. LUFC Bogle, Zach, Huzenoba, Danny, Sifa Sutu Samati. Welcome, welcome, welcome. MTF Ventures. All the lads. Jose has failed at his last 5 clubs. That I would disagree. Can you even list those last 5 clubs? Can you list those last 5 clubs for me? I can think of, off the top of my dome, Fenerbahce he's at now. Is it Fenerbahce or Galatasaray? One of the two he's at. Roma was his last club before that. Did not fail. He won Roma a European trophy. I would not consider that a failure at all. His club before that was Spurs. He got them to the cup final, the EFL Cup final. And then was sacked before the final. Here's Solomon. DJ, finish! Cuts in! Shoots! Too slow. Tanaka going. Still. Oh, cleared away. That was great. I was rifling top bins by Tanaka there. Rifling, I tell ya. Spurs, as I said, I think he did a decent job. Got him to a final. Was sacked before the final, so we can't really tell if he would have won that game or not against City, even though he did. He does have Pep's number a lot of the time, Jose. And in these big finals, You know, anything could have happened. Spurs was a bit of have always been a bit of a bogey team for City, so I wouldn't have pushed it too far out of the realms of possibility for Jose to pull the unthinkable and win them a trophy there. Before that, he was at Man United. He won them a European trophy. So I wouldn't say he's failed at his last 5 clubs. Did you hear correctly that Bamford is out for the rest of the season? Listen, man, when will Bamford be fit? It's an interesting one. I don't think we'll see Bamford featuring for Leeds United this season, no. The latest quote on Patrick Bamford from Daniel Farke, which I will reiterate, I just wanted to make sure I got the words 100% correct on it. Obviously, he picked up an injury a few months ago against Blackburn, which has kind of kept him out. And Daniel Farke has indicated that Bamford is yet to return to full training and is struggling to give us a time frame for his return. He's currently engaged in light individual training, but continues to experience some discomfort in the affected area. As Solomon plays the ball through to Pirro! Oh, and it's a P-roller. It's a P-roller from Pirro. It's a Pirro roller. And the Lino's pulled the flag up. I thought he was just onside there. Could be a bit of a dodgy decision. Let's have another look at this one. I think he's just off. Just behind Cole Bartley there. Ball needed to be a little bit earlier from Solomon. Having said that, Pirro whiffed the shot anyway, so not too much has been affected by it. I'd have to check Jose's record. Did you miss Rome? I didn't miss Rome. I said Roma. He won the Conference League with Roma, the first ever Conference League win ever, which I wouldn't turn my nose up at. Would not turn my nose up at ever. I believe they beat Leicester either in the semi-final. The semi-final, was it? They beat Leicester? I don't think it was the final they beat Leicester. Semi-final they beat Leicester, I'm pretty sure. But I would not turn my nose up at a European trophy. I really wouldn't. We saw what an amazing day that was for West Ham when they beat Fiorentina in the final. I would like a nice day in Europe for Leeds United in there. Wasn't Jose sacked having to get a team, having got a team to the final? Yeah, he was sacked having got Spurs to the final. That was the one. He got Spurs to a final against City and he was sacked. It was in the middle of the whole Super League debacle. And I believe Spurs were 8th at the time. And if he'd got them into the top 7, they would have had to pay him like an extra £2 to £5 million or whatever it was, some crazy sum of money if they just sacked him when he was in the top 7 or something like that. And then also with the whole mirage of the Super League going on, it just made sense for them to sack Jose before the whole Super League thing ended, just because there was so much media coverage around that and so much uproar about everything that they were trying to do with the Super League that it kind of gave a perfect smokescreen for sacking Jose, because people just weren't really paying too much attention with everything else going on. Look at this. Last 10 shots, 9 of which have come from Leeds. And then the final shot out of the 10 has been a West Brom shot. Leeds United absolutely sandpeppering West Brom's goal since conceding 25 in-game minutes ago. And now West Brom have a free kick of their own in a dangerous area here. Leeds need to pick this up a little bit here. Yeah, he sometimes plays boring football, which is why I said it's not the... I'm a Bielsa man. I like liquid tiki-taka football. So, as I said, it wouldn't be the first name on my list, especially at this point of Jose's career. But he's a winner, and it would just be really weird and somewhat cool to see him in that Ellen Road dugout. If Jose came to Leeds, he'd do a Brian Clough and upset the apple cart. Yeah, potentially. It might not be the best long term, because he could ruin some of the good spirits we have in the camp here. Potentially, just given the track record of the past. Go on, DJ. Good pressure. But he is blockbuster. And he would definitely raise the stock of Leeds United. Terrible free kick in the end by West Brom. Dealt with nice by Roden. And cleared away good. Good defending there from Leeds United. But West Brom do have a throw-in a dangerous area here. Joseph is coming on. And it's Brendan Aronson he's coming on for again. So again, Leeds United, like last week, are switching up the formation here. Late into the second half. Going 4-4-2. So, you know, for everything Leeds want to say about, or people want to say about maybe the negative football we'd get from Jose, we are turning into set-piece merchants going 4-4-2. Classic bruiser ball style from Leeds. Pirro dropping very, very deep now since the arrival of Joseph. Almost in that 8 position once again. Yarlenis, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 72 minutes on the clock have gone. Why does it keep doing the thing? Why does it keep doing the thing? Is everything okay here? Is the stream working? Oh, Joseph! Joseph's in! And he's fucking whiffed it again! Oh, you can't write this stuff. He's smiling. You can see the frustration in his eyes. That would have been a great impact to start to the game. Tanaka out to Solomon. Beautiful reverse cut back to Firpo. And Joseph carries on his run. Carries on running from the left-hand side. It's a beautiful run. He gets it onto his left foot. Similar position to Firpo when I said he should have shot. And he does go for the shot, Joseph. And he just gets 2 under the ball. And strikes it into the crossbar. But that was a phenomenal run by Joseph. That's one of the best pieces of play I've seen him produce in the past couple of months for Leeds. This is it. Could this be the moment where Joseph finally hits a little bit of form in the back end of the season here? Could he be the man to turn his fortunes around and turn Leeds United's fortunes around and get us over the line? We're going to need someone to help us get us over the line in these last few games of the season here. Well, last few games, there's still 12 games left. There's still a big chunk of games. There's still a quarter of the season to go. The season is nowhere near over, and we need wins. We don't need points. We don't need draw points. We don't need singular points. We need 3 points out of these games. We need W's. That is what Leeds United need. As West Brom absolutely slides the ball out there for a corner. JT, in your opinion, $64 question. Would Bielsa brief free-fall drop before his push would have avoided relegation? Perhaps. We'll never know. Listen, I wouldn't have sacked him. I think if we had got relegated that year, we would have bounced straight back up under Bielsa in the Championship. And also, I still believe he would have been able to keep us up. I do believe he would have been able to keep us up. And I'm also saying we wouldn't have been in that position had we have given him some signings. He went in there, he said, listen, mate, either sack me or sack some of these players and bring me in some top quality Premier League players so I can build and go forward. And they did neither. They kept him there. They didn't give him the signings that he needed. And as a result of that, we were left the entire year with Klitsch sometimes having to drop into CDM because we had no midfielder. And you know how Bielsa likes to play with the single pivot. It's a very important role in his game to have that single pivot in there. That midfield position is very, very imperative for Leeds. And with Calvin Phillips injured for a vast majority of the season, Forshaw out for, again, big chunks of the season, we were really lacking someone in there. And look at that, Leeds, as things stand, just 8 points ahead of Burnley, who now have a game in hand, which could lead them to becoming 5 points behind us. And if Sheffield United win, we'll be just 3 points behind us again. We can't afford for Leeds to slip up here. Here comes the shot! And it's saved by Meslier. Big save, Meslier. Huge save. Phenomenal save. Exquisite save. Sublime save. As Johnson rips the shot. And it is carefully collected by Illan Meslier. Joseph is a mule. Your shorts on Hackney Marshes are more accurate than Brom Dorm Misha. Actually, I've played quite a few games at Hackney Marshes recently. It's been a crazy year. I've never played at Hackney Marshes before this year. Played quite a few. don't know if I scored at Hackney Marshes this year. I scored a few, and you see my shorts with some of the goals. They were not at Hackney Marshes, especially the volley you're thinking of. That was a Wormwood Scrubs special. That one. But listen, man, I could do a job in that number 9 role. I could do a job. Let me tell you something. If Leeds are looking for a goal scorer, a clinical number 9 who can press from the front, get others engaged in the game. You know, that's I'm the man for the job. Let me tell you something. Big corner here. Swung in by Rothwell. Terrible delivery or terrible execution on the delivery there. Solomon does swoop it up from outside the box though. Gives it back to Jaden Bogle, who's the furthest man back for Leeds. Sprays a diagonal ball. Before it reaches Tanaka, it is intercepted and hoofed long by Brexit Ball West Brom. West Brexit Ball Chowbian. That's what I call him, mate. West Brexit Ball Chowbian. Rothwell on the clean-up job, though. Gives it to Roden. Bogle on the right-hand side. I have a sneaky feeling if Leeds don't steal a winner soon, West Brom might come up the other end and make this 2-1. And that is not something we can afford to happen. We need to keep our undefeated run going. I'd like us to keep our win streak going as well. I'd really like us to keep our win streak going. Solomon coming off now. Solomon is coming off for Nanto. Last week, before last week, I would have been saying, why are you bringing Nanto on and not Ramazzani? Big mistake. But Nanto was phenomenal when he came on last week, in my opinion. Really, really good. Changed the game with his substitution there. So it's good to see him coming on now. Solomon has kind of drifted out of the game a little bit. Hasn't quite been as effective today. So I'm very intrigued to see what Nanto can do with 12 minutes to go. We've seen Joseph already had an instant impact up front. Hopefully Nanto can have a similar impact here. Here we go, right-hand side. DJ with the cross. Can he find Nanto? No, he can't. Nanto, good run by Nanto there. Good gamble. And Joseph with some great pressing ability from the front. Lot of energy coming from Leeds United's forwards right now. A couple of changes really freshening things up there. Firpo tries a flick on. Now West Brom are mounting a lot of pressure, but they've given it away for a Leeds throw-in. Harvey Price, the culprit there. Are they missing Ampadu? No, not really. Not really. I think Struijk has been more than serviceable in his omission, or in Ampadu's omission. I think Struijk has more than covered the hole left by Ethan Ampadu. Because Ethan Ampadu was playing centre-back a lot recently for Leeds. So I wouldn't look in the midfield and say Leeds are missing Ampadu because he wasn't even playing there. And defensively, I think Struijk has, as I said, slotted straight in there perfectly. And hasn't really stepped a foot wrong. He's actually been playing some beautiful balls as well from deep. Here's Rothwell. Pings it out to the right-hand side. And I think that midfield of Rothwell and Tanaka is exquisite for Leeds. Here comes DJ on the right-hand side. Drills it across the box. And it's cleared away by Carl Bartley for a Leeds corner just before Joseph could get his foot on that. And he's hobbling away there. Easy 2-1 win for West Brom. I think if Leeds don't score soon, it might turn into a smash-and-grab 2 win from West Brom. That's a bad, sneaky feeling I do have in there. DJ just onside. Good ball across, and Carl Bartley had to make that save there. How is Manor today? He's off the pitch, Mayor. He's just been subbed off for Nanto. He played all right, but as the game went on, did kind of drift out of action a little bit. And hang on a second here. Have they given a goal kick? Or are they given an offside for Dan James, maybe? I'm not quite sure what they've given there. Because that is definitely not a goal kick. That was cleared away by Carl Bartley. Unless if he's saying Joseph got the flick on it, which would lead me to believe that Carl Bartley fouled him. Which would lead me to call for a penalty. So I'm not 100% sure what's just happened there. The Snooker. Thank you for the follow, my man. Welcome to the Bloodline, my brother. Welcome to the Bloodline. This is definitely going to end in a draw. I don't think this game's ending in a draw. Someone's getting a winner. Someone is getting a winner. This game is not ending in a draw. I'll tell you that for nothing, mate. I will tell you that for nothing. This last 9 minutes of the game is going to result in a goal for one of these two sides here. Leeds completely dominating possession of the ball And if you'd based it off the play that's been going on, Leeds are the well-deserving side of a goal here, as Jaden Bogle fouls his man and gives away a free kick for West Brom. It was offside, Jaden. It was offside. So the Dan James was offside. You're saying in that one. Is Ramazani on yet? No, Ramazani's not on, Andy. Amazing how Klopp left Slot in a great position, not having to really add it to the Liverpool juggernaut one. Yeah, mate, Arne Slot is loving life. After 3 years in which Jurgen Klopp finished above 90 points with Liverpool, above 90 points in the Premier League, Jurgen Klopp finished 3 seasons like that and didn't win the Premier League in those years. If he goes and sees Arne Slot finish on like 85 points and win the Prem now because City have absolutely dropped the ball in the past year, he is livid. He is livid, mate. And it's so peak on him. The second he leaves, City turn to absolute dog water. The second Klopp leaves, City just absolutely capitulate. Because if it wasn't for City and their phenomenal streak under Guardiola in the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years if you count Klopp's time there, Klopp would have won about 4 or 5 Premier Leagues under Liverpool in that time. And would have really cemented himself. I mean, he's already cemented himself as a Premier League great. And he's won every single trophy at Liverpool that you could win. You know, he's won the EFL Cup a handful of times, the FA Cup a handful of times. Won a singular Premier League, of course, their first Premier League ever. And won the Champions League. Oh, Firpo! Oh! And got them to another final. So he had a great spell, but could have been a lot more. Big chance by Firpo there. Just slipped over when he had an opportunity to edge the ball into their box there. Edge max it into their box, you could say. XX Hernandez. XX, welcome in, my brother. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Firpo now with the throw-in. Got the ball wrapped in his arms here. West Brom have tried to make this as dull of a game as possible, as you would have expected. But it's working out for them so far. It is working out for them so far. Oh my days, Firpo's just pulled his shorts down. There's being caught with your pants down, and then there's someone pulling your pants down. And Firpo, I mean, the referee's having a little laugh with him. I wonder if he's going to get his card out for this. Firpo has just pulled his pants down there. Holy Sigma. Damn, that was almost very, very interesting. That was almost a very interesting outlook for things there. Do you still have nightmares on the famous Gerrard slip not to win a championship for Liverpool? Why would I have nightmares, mate? I was rinsing them left, right, and centre. I did not have any nightmares over that at all. Not have any nightmares. Listen, as I said, when I was younger, I was a big Steven Gerrard fan. And as I said, if it wasn't for my dad, I would have been probably a Liverpool fan. But let's have this right. My dad offered to buy me a Steven Gerrard shirt and said, "Listen, mate." When I was about 4 or 5, he sat me down. He said, "Listen. You don't have to make the same decision as me. You don't have to succumb to the pain of being a Leeds fan for my sake. If you want to be a Liverpool fan, I'll buy you that Steven Gerrard shirt right now, and you can be a Liverpool fan." I made the decision there and then. I said, "No, listen, I want to be a Leeds fan. I want to follow in your footsteps of footballing acumen and support the mighty Whites of Leeds United." And from that point, I've never really had too much love lost for Liverpool. Especially, you know, I had an amazing time seeing us beat their unbeaten record at Anfield. I'm not a Liverpool fan, really. I mean, for him personally, of course, looking back, it would have been nice to see him cap off his career with that Premier League. But no, I do not have nightmares over that at all. I'm not a Liverpool fan. Long time has passed since that 4-year-old James was encapsulated by Steven Gerrard. But not a Liverpool fan. No. Oh, lovely ball by Nanto to Pirot. Just a bit too much on it. If Pirot could have touched that down before it bounced, he could have been in there like swimwear. Leeds with a good opportunity there. Nice ball. Nice idea by Nanto. A little bit less weight on it. Or if Pirot had just slipped over to the right a tiny bit more. Got a little outside of the foot touch on that one. Could have been a magisterial goal there. 87th minute now. Just 3 in-game minutes left for Leeds. Furlong touches it down nicely. Carries on his run. And under pressure by Rothwell. Great defensive tracking back there. Has cleared the ball off the pitch. This is where I'd be looking to the bench for Leeds to spruce something up in the last couple of minutes here. Do you believe they will make a change? Probably not the way things are looking right now. I'm not seeing anyone strip them ready in there. But I would like to see Leeds make one last change in there by the name of Lahi Ramadzani. But a criminal that he's not getting enough game time right now. Could be the difference man for Leeds. Could be the magic man. Dan James with a terrible touch out on that right-hand side. Heavy-legged almost. He's been doing a lot of dog work in there, has Dan James. As he's doubling up defensively with Bogle. Bogle gets done. And that's not a foul. That's a goal kick for Leeds United. Get up, Grant, you muppets. Yeah, I would definitely be looking to bring Ramadzani on in these last couple of minutes for an injection of magic in there for Dan James. But I don't think we are likely to see it anytime soon. Because Fark does not look like he's readying a change in the coming seconds. But that is where I would look to right now. Just to give us a little something different, a little injection of magic in there. Is this going to be a third late winner for Leeds? Imagine a hat-trick of late winners. That would just be exquisite, would it not? Exquisite. I've got to hope QPR beat Sheffield. Big time, mate. Although QPR doing Leeds any favours? Not very likely, is it? QPR never do us any favours. And in fact, in recent memory, have haunted us a few times by beating us when they really shouldn't have beaten us. You know, you look at that Naki Wells handball goal, or where I believe we might have even drawn that game, but still taking points off us. And now West Brom are more than happy to try and sit this out for a draw here. Stinking out the gaff, as you'd expect from West Brom. But I still feel like there's a goal in this for one of the two sides. It's turning into a scrappy end to the game now. West Brom trying to play it out of the back. Dan James tries to press from the front. Instead, it is picked around nicely by West Brom here. 23 seconds away from the 90 minutes being completed. We've got just 15 seconds plus stoppage time to go. Is someone going to cement themselves as a real capitalizing threat for Leeds United here? Kind of muddled my words there. Furlong pings it forward. Struijk touches it down. Beautiful interception by Struijk. That could be vital as he gives the ball to Tanaka, who finds Pirot, who flicks it out beautifully to the right-hand side to Jayden Bogle. Shown too much of the ball to the defender, though. But it has cleared away only as far as Roden. Oh, that is scrappy, and West Brom have got the ball on a counter-attack. And this is what I told you should fear for Leeds. And Roden, what a challenge by Rodon. What a challenge. And Leeds hoofed the ball off. And that is what I was scared of. That is what I was scared of from Leeds. Giving the ball away sloppily and committing so many men forward that West Brom can spring a counter-attack on here. And he has bottled that one. Too heavy of a touch. Roden trips over himself but manages to stop the ball dead in his tracks there. Phenomenal. Oh, it looks like he twisted his ankle there, Roden. That's a naughty one. Ugh. Hopefully he's all right. Maybe it didn't quite connect enough, but he's completely slipped on the side of his ankle there. And that could have been a dangerous one for Rodon there. Just 2 minutes and 36 seconds left for Leeds. That's how much time left. We'll wait for it now. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. 4 minutes of stoppage time have been added on for Leeds to try and steal another late winner. The late show again for Leeds United, minus James Corden. Here comes Rothwell. Finds Fairpo down the left-hand side. Cuts it back to Rothwell. Shouldn't have given that to Nonto there. Should have opened his body up and shot. Tanaka on the edge of the box. Hesitates before shooting. Too hesitant from Leeds. Someone release something. Someone do something. You need to make a decision. It's too hesitant from everyone. Rothwell, Tanaka, half asleep at the wheel. Someone have some balls. Open your body up. Release a strike. We could have had 2-3 shots there from the outside of the box. And let's not forget how we got the corner last week to get the winner. Bogle finds DJ! Oh, is that a save or is that hit the bar? Oh, I think it's just hit the bar. Oh, DJ. Oh, that was the moment. That was the moment. Oh, it's just whistled into the side netting. Good attempt by DJ. Ah, he's blazed it into the side netting. Jeez Louise. I think the height on that was perfect as well. That would have just dipped under the crossbar and in. Oh, well, not dipped, but smashed off the bottom of the crossbar, should I say. Damn. Disappointing there. Could have stolen it for Leeds. Here's Nonto. Touches it down on the counter-attack. West Brom get the ball back. And is that a Leeds free kick? Yes, it is. Nonto's adjudged to have been fouled there. Don't kick that ball, West Brom. Do not even think about it, mate. Ref's right there. You're going to get a booking. What the fuck is going on? Leeds scramble to take the free kick quickly. Rothwell on the left-hand side. Driving forward. Finds Firpo. Gives it out to Nonto. He tries to flick it through. It's deflected. And now West Brom are able to clear as far as Stroik, who gets it out for a Leeds throw-in. Launches the ball over to Roden. Springs the attack now. 6 seconds left. 5 seconds left. Leeds really against the clock. We need to get something forward, and we need to get it forward quickly. It's the last second. We're just over the 4 minutes of stoppage time. This is going to be the last attack of the game. Nonto crosses it in. It's headed away. And it's a disappointing end to the game. It's a 1-1 draw. West Brom defended well. Humbled Leeds United when we were going forward. Had a couple of chances. Could have stolen it. Joseph, great run. Could have finished. Should have finished to put Leeds ahead. And that's a disappointing result for Leeds, from my opinion. After beating Sheffield United, after beating Sunderland, you'd like Leeds to go forward and cement a nice 3 points here. But unfortunately, we were not able to do that today. Little bit of question marks here. Firpo and Dan James having a couple of words with each other. And this is what I mean when I say this season is far from over. If Sheffield United are to win today, they will go back to being just three. Well, not go back to, but they will go to being just 3 points behind Leeds. You can't ever rest on your laurels. If Burnley are to win in an upcoming fixture, they will be just 5 points behind Leeds. We need to keep our foot on the gas. We can't afford to let these games slip. That's 2 draws. That's 2 painful draws against West Brom this year. West Brom have had our number this season. And this is the problem Leeds United always seem to have. We always have a little slip up in us. Not happy with this draw at all. But at least it's a point. How many points? How many minutes extra time? It was 4 minutes. And the whistle was blown very quickly after that. About 8 seconds after the 94th minute. So Leeds have taken a point away from this game. A game at home against West Brom. And a game we had the opportunities to win in. Rubbish Maximilian. Giuseppe, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Bloodline. Come on. Absolutely take a point. Mowbray picked Fark's pocket again. Leeds effectively dropped 2 points. Leeds can turn the screw. Yeah, we did effectively drop 2 points. Why can't we get anything on target? I do not know. I can't answer that question for you. I remember watching live on terrestrial TV with Liverpool's win over Arsenal in 1989. Damn. It's costing Leeds. Farke's insistence on picking Gruev over Rothwell. Yeah, again, questionable. It is a questionable decision that he's had over recent weeks, should we say. But today was not one of those days. So I'm not quite sure what you're gearing at there, because he did start Rothwell today. He did start Rothwell. Rothwell and Tanaka behind Aronson, James, and Solomon. How many minutes extra time? Right, it was 4. But as I said, disappointing end to the game, but phenomenal time watching with you guys again. As always, Leeds are now on 76 points. 1 game in hand for both Sheffield United and Burnley, who sit 6 points and 8 points behind us, respectively. So that big gap we could have had has narrowed ever so slightly. And we're back to being just 11 points ahead of Sunderland as well. Sheffield United, of course, starting their game very, very soon against QPR. And Burnley, of course, playing in the Cup, were trailing 2 goals down today. Probably lost that game. Will have their game in the upcoming week. But we still have a lead and a little bit of pressure to put on other teams around us. So it's not too bad. Let me know what you guys think, of course, though, in the chat. For now, as I said, absolute pleasure watching with you guys. Again, we get automatics. Trust me. Harriet, they lost 3-0 Burnley. Thank you so much there. And, of course, thank you for popping along, as always. Pleasure watching with you guys. For now, I will see you very, very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters. Vamos, carajo.